Manage. Right, 60 seconds and we're going to go.
Yeah.
It's fine.
When to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run.
30 seconds.
Never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough to count them. When the dealing's done, you gotta know when to fold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money.
8, 7, 6, 5, stand by. That was Charlotte Workman and Stephen Small and their version of The Gambler. Welcome back to the sessions. I've been joined in the studio by Gordon Hughes. Hello, Gordon.
Hello, how are you doing? Hi.
I'm good, thanks. Thank you very much for coming in. Tell me a bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, I perform either solo or as a two-piece. I also have a bit of session stuff that I do.
Right.
I've been playing since, 1974?
Okay, right.
Showing my age now. Started off doing solo work at that time, doing pubs and clubs, and then moved into various bands and progressed to doing some work early on in the late sort of 70s with STV.
Okay, right.
Again, doing sort of session guitar stuff. But also worked with a band called Jade, who their claim to fame was they were runners-up to Shawady Waddy on New Faces.
Right, okay.
I also had at that time the world champion John and a guy called Jim Kilpatrick, who's still around. So learned a lot, during that time span. I'd always played music as a kid, doing piano and graduating on to guitar when I was 12 years old.
Right.
Taught guitar when I was 14 as well, actually. So always, had, if you like, a musical background. Always as well ran in the family. Had an extremely gifted young brother who was, when he was around with us, he was basically a genius keyboard player, a genius musician. So we moved, having that sort of format in the family, to the two of us actually working together as a duo act, very early days when we were still at school, and eventually put that into a band format, having various versions of that band. And David passed away 20 years ago, 20 years ago this month. And at that point then, I decided to move back into the solo area, but also keep the two-piece activity that I had on the go. And we kept the name the same for the two-piece, which was Ritz. Used live guitar, vocals and drums live.
Right, okay.
All sorts of MIDI stuff happening on bass and keyboards that brings in the rest of the band. So quite different.
Right.
Do pubs, clubs, hotels, weddings, functions. Also involved with doing a thing we'll maybe discuss a bit later on, which is recorded at the Caird Hall every month for Sky Television. So a lot of experience in there, a lot of things. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll start off with the first song. Tell me a bit about the first song you're going to perform for us.
Right. This first song actually goes back to 1984. It was originally wrote back then, and I met my wife when I was playing in Leith Dockers Club. I've been married, in fact, since 1985, but this was a song that I came up with when we got engaged, and then went on to have it played as our first dance for a wedding.
Okay.
So it was, and it always will be her song. So it's called Jean's song. She's a bit under the weather tonight, so and has been for the last 2 weeks with a bad chest and stuff like that. I'm struggling a bit with my throat as well this evening, but hopefully we'll go it through. So crash on and
just go when you're ready.
about you. With the morning light I'd wait, wonder how I'd get to know you. Then one day you came along. You asked about a song. Looked into your eyes and saw no smile. I had you here beside me all the while. I heard you say you knew me. See magic in your eyes, feel magic of your touch. It was my heart and know you there. You knew I knew you cared. Since the day you came along, you so all around. I looked into your eyes and saw them smile. I have you here beside me all the time. I heard you say into your dreams and baby you will find out together, singing side by side. Dreams I haven't fit my world away. Disappearing life should took me in your heart. I heard you say to your dreams and baby you will find you and I together singing side by side. The dreams I haven't seen like left away. That you took me on. I heard you say
That was Gene's song?
Gene's.
Gene's song?
Gene's, yeah.
Gene's song by Gordon Hughes. I'm making sure I got the name right there.
My cold catching up with it.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. What a cracking voice. If people are tuned in on the Facebook page or on the website and they like what they hear, how can they be in touch? Have you got a Facebook page, a website, a YouTube channel?
Sure. I'm on Facebook. There's a page on Facebook, just Gordon Hughes. You should be able to find it quite easily. There's a better page, though. It's a specific web page, which is on a site called Star Now. That's StarNow.
Right.
And all you do is put that in / Gordon Hughes.
Okay.
And up will pop then a complete page. It's got photographs, it's got a biography. There are videos of live gigs, videos, some TV stuff that I've done, and also live recordings as well from gigs.
Brilliant. What we'll do is, before you leave, we'll take a cheesy picture underneath the banner outside, and we'll put a link on our Facebook page, to your Facebook page, and to your Star Now page, of course. So we'll link all the social medias back and forward that way. We're going to mention your EPs and your recordings that you've got coming out soon, and your TV appearances and your TV stuff later on. Tell me a story, or tell me about song number 2 you're going to perform.
Yeah, song number 2, story to this one as well. work for a daytime job in the contact lens industry.
Right.
Have done for donkey's years. A company that I used to work for, based in Southampton, were launching a major worldwide product, which was really the first proper daily disposable contact lens. And the guys that were on the UK company were aware, obviously, that I did the music thing, and had been involved in all sorts of activities with that. And they asked me to put together a whole series of recordings that they could use as launch music,
right.
and also TV ad music and radio music, and also some that could be used specifically for the European market, and then maybe something different that was more suitable for the US type market, bearing in mind sort of music tastes and
both
trends.
styles, okay. Right.
So that's exactly what I did. How do you write a song about a contact lens?
Quite
difficult idea. It's actually quite simple, because all we do is look at the lifestyle and how it changes and what it does, and then fit that to the idea of a song, and you're on your way.
Okay. Right.
So that's exactly what happened. The song was actually written on an aeroplane, coming back from London after I'd had the meeting. And literally, by the time I hit the ground, it was ready to roll.
Right,
apart from never having physically played it. The downside of it was my younger brother, we had a superb three-piece band called Ritz. David was an absolute genius keyboard player, and very much the heart and soul of the music of that band. I needed him to actually work with me on this project to actually make it happen, because the Europop version was heavily sort of keyboard orientated, with a Europop type disco dance type vibe and feel to it. And we needed to use his skills with Cubase, which is a recording medium, for those people who maybe don't know that, and then dump that down onto a computer and then put that into a studio and all bring it together. The problem then came about is literally within days of having the thing put in front of me, he was diagnosed with cancer, and got very, very ill, very, very quickly. Kind of recovered a bit, and well enough for me to take in his keyboard, which is one of his keyboards, an XP80, into the Edinburgh Hospital, the Western General, and have a very basic downloaded version of the computer program, where he literally sat and played this onto the computer program in his hospital bed.
Wow.
So he did the drum track, he did the bass, and he did the keyboard track.
Oh, and the Cubase,
and then we took that away, and I then put that together, and then put a different version of it, which I'm going to do a version of in a few minutes, which is a country rock version, which is all guitar based. He got to the point where his condition actually was terminal, and my cold's coming back again.
No problem.
And what we ended up doing was trying to bring the whole program forward, which we did very successfully, and we were able to do the launch, which went brilliantly, able to do the sort of distribution, but he was able to actually, crucially, though he couldn't take part in it, he was able to actually look at that from his hospital bed.
Wow.
And literally, pass judgment on it. And because there was 2 or 3 other people that got involved in it, and they got the usual thumbs down, or did that, or did whatever. Yeah. Anyway, that's the story behind it. What I've done with it is take it out of the sort of product format that it was in, and make it into a more sort of country rock type.
So this is the country rock version of. Okay. What's the song called?
It's called Lady.
Lady. Okay. Yeah. Just when you're ready.
Yeah. I need to get another drink of this.
Yeah,
apologies, folks. I'm struggling with this.
Sorry, not a problem.
change that's coming, and the moon's gonna be alright. Wake up in the morning, party to another day. Walk out in the sunshine, looking good and feeling fine. She's a special lady, lady's gonna change my life. She's a special lady, gonna get her gotta get her into my life. Through the day, I'll play the morning until she gets in the later on, before I climb into the bed at night, go to another day. Look out in another way. Wake up in the morning, looking good and feeling fine. She's a special lady, lady's gonna change my life. She's a special lady, gonna get her into, gotta get her into my life, into my life. She's a special lady, lady's gonna change my life. She's a special lady, gonna get her into, gotta get her into my life, into my life, in my life, in my life.
That was Lady by Gordon Hughes, right here on the sessions on East Coast FM. Thank you so much. Thank you again. You said the contact lens thing there. Kind of heard that scene through the eyes and that.
Yeah.
I got that.
There's certain bits that you can't actually change.
Yeah, I got that.
Because it doesn't work.
It didn't work, but then you changed it to something, and I understood. I saw this. Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that one. Got a smile on my face. Right. Tell me more about these gigs and shows. You've got the Sky TV thing.
Yeah, what that is, I'm involved with a show on Sky Television that gets recorded at the Cairds Hall once every month. It's called the Janie Kirk Show,
right?
Which is broadcast on a Wednesday night at 11 o'clock and then repeated on a Friday at 12 o'clock noon. And that show is all about featuring local acts and talent that's based in Scotland and trying to give them some TV airtime.
So it's pretty much the sessions, but on the TV.
Yes.
Okay, right. It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea. It's my idea. No. Right.
The way it works basically is we do a whole series of shows in one big recording. I'm normally there about 7:45 in the morning, crazy time. The rest of the guys are turning up round about that. Then we get the sound system put in, everything checked out, and then the first act will turn up. And at that point, we actually don't know who this act is or what they're going to do.
Okay. Right.
So you've got to have guys that are working with you that are almost like the old-fashioned club format where someone would walk in to do a show and they've got names of songs and a key written down on a bit of paper, and you go in and play it.
Okay, right.
Because you think you know it or whatever. It's kind of like that. They'll come in with a commercial record, we'll have a look at and listen to that, run it through with them, and then we'll go and do a take of it.
Right, okay.
And it works that way throughout the day.
Wow. Right.
It also works with Janie, who's one of the agents that I work with. She hosts the show, and she also does quite a number of songs herself.
Right.
It's good fun. It's a lot of hard work during the day, but it's something different.
Yeah, it's something different. Brilliant. Right.
And it could be anything from a guy that's got an accordion to someone that's turning up with a guitar set or a fiddle or even a. I think on tonight there's a band from Aberdeen called Red Rock Highway. Right. Okay. Very, very accomplished 4-piece country western band or country band.
Right.
And we've had people like Tony Burrows. If you know Tony Burrows,
the name.
Yeah, Man of 1,000 Voices. He was a guy that at one time he had, I think it was seven or either 10 records in the UK charts at one time.
Okay.
In about 1970, he was a session singer, and he's done all sorts of things over the years. But we've had some sort of big names and singing big names on the show as well. So it's not just for local talent or working acts. It's something different. It's, as you say, it's almost like what we're doing,
here tonight, but for the television,
but on TV.
Yeah, it sounds absolutely brilliant. Again, we can put a link of that or of the website for that up on the Facebook page. Of course we can. Right, let's move forward. Let's do track number 3. Tell me about track number 3 we're going to do.
Right. A lot of the material actually that I'm doing has not actually been heard. I don't do this material at my normal gigs, because normal gigs I do, I would do cover versions, and it could be anything from 1950s to up-to-date stuff and pop, rock and soul, jazz, blues, the whole remit. But unfortunately, a lot of the venues that you can go to don't want to hear someone sitting playing their own songs. And it's not a luxury that you maybe get away with putting one in, but doing 4 or 5 is probably a bit too much.
By all means, that's what this show's all about.
This is a fairly recent song. It's called "To Be There by Your Side," and it's almost like a musician's story. Where someone's guys out, working away all over the place, and is looking to get home to his partner,
right?
And that's really what it's all about.
Just go when you're ready.
I would climb any mountain, matter how high, sail across stormy water to be there by your side. I'd fly like an eagle, so high in the sky. No distance between us shows the love inside. Driving on highways, days and for nights. What I lose to say to others on the ride. Playing music, bars and towns and fine wine. One thing keeps me going, drives me deep inside. Climbing mountain, matter how high, sail across the water, be there by your side. I'll fly like an eagle, so high in the sky. No distance between us, shows the love inside. Window as I blew to the drive. Nothing's changed and having got no walls just says goodbye. There's a love that had between us, time can't hide. And with the thing that's kept me going, to be there by my side. Climb any mountain, matter how high, sail across stormy water to be there by your side. Fly like an eagle, so high in the sky. The distance between us shows from every side. I'm flying mountain, no matter how high. Same cross story water to be right by your side. I'm flying like an eagle, so high in the sky. No distance between us can change a love inside.
That was To Be There By Your Side by Gordon Hughes right here on the sessions on East Coast FM. Again, thank you very much for that brilliant track. Tell me more about these audio recordings. Are they finished? Are you going to do them soon? Are they on the way? Have you started them? Where were you recording them? Tell me all about these.
For years, I've been able to record stuff at home.
Right.
I've always had access to all sorts of equipment. I've been lucky enough because I started playing very, very young. I was able to invest the money that I was making from the music in really good high-tech equipment, and I've always done that. So what I have at home is a whole series of options where I can either work with a laptop or a hard disk-based computer, using various types of recording programs, which can be anything from Cubase to some of the more sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Lesser known professional type systems that you would find in really sort of high tech studios. So there's a whole pile of software add-ons as opposed to having piles and piles of hardware kicking around. Most of what I use is
in the box.
Is in the box. Yeah.
I think that's the term for it. Mixing in the box.
Yeah, I've always done that since very early on. Always tried to believe in it. To add virtual instruments, as they're called. For those folk that don't know, you can have a keyboard, but actually have that generated by playing a guitar. Set up using something called MIDI, and you can take all these various recordings and sounds, and then do a top class polished recording that literally it's broadcast quality. So I'm at the stage just now of doing some basic tracks. I've got drums, guitar, and bass down on most of them.
Right. Okay.
With some keyboards. I also use a thing called a guitar synthesizer, which I haven't brought along tonight. But it turns a guitar into, or electric guitar into a keyboard basically, and allows you to do anything you can do from a keyboard, but on the guitar. Very clever.
Right. Okay.
And I use that for also recording. Also use it live as well.
Harmony
machines as well. I've got some stuff that I use in that area. So I'd prefer using the hardware-based versions of these from TC Electronics versus the software versions. But it all comes together eventually. We're probably about, once I get the time to do it all, probably about maybe 3 months, 4 months away from having a finished article. Probably need maybe another 2 songs on top of some of the songs I've got.
Is it going to be an album or an EP, or is it an album? Well, as soon as it's finished or as soon as it's presentable, send it in and I'll get it played for you.
Absolutely.
I won't get it played in I won't play it in its entirety, but I will play bits of it. By all means, send it in as soon as it's finished. I'm just giving a shout on the Facebook page. Right, we're going to mention your Facebook page and your Star Now account and your YouTube channel again. We'll mention them after song number 4. Okay. Tell me about song number 4.
It's kind of almost got a 70s Doobie Brothers feel to it. This one, I was a big fan of the Doobie Brothers way back then. And you hear the way it moves along, you'd probably get to grips with that. But it's called Time to Love Again.
Time to Love Again.
Time to Love Again.
Just
quick sip of water here.
Just go when you're ready.
Yeah. gotta find a way. Call you up, let you know that I love you. I hear your voice, it's miles away. Ooh, I've gotta hear you say, I can see the things I do, that I love you. You seem to think I don't care. Feeling lost and unaware. So let me tell you I don't know you. Lost without you. Need you now, want you back. Need you now. Time to find love again. You share our thoughts, we speak right now. Ooh, I know you're thinking how to say right, that I love you. Side by side, it feels just right. Ooh, you and me tonight. It's time to tell each other that I love you. Share our thoughts, feelings now. You and me thinking how should we find the time to love again? The sun goes down another day. You have gotta find a way. Knowing what, let you know that I love you. Hear your voice, miles away. You have gotta hear you say, I can say the things I do, that I love you. You seem to think I don't care. You're lost and unaware. To share our thoughts, feelings now. You and me thinking now. You find the time to love again. Share our thoughts, feelings now. You and me thinking now. You find the time to love again.
That was Time to Love Again by Gordon Hughes, right here on the sessions on East Coast FM. Again, thank you very much. Do you want to do another one? We discussed off air 4 or 5.
Yes, yeah.
We'll do a fifth one. We'll do a fifth
We'll
one.
do a cover version this time.
I do like a cheesy cover. It's a cheesy one. We've had I do. We've had an Oompa band doing the final countdown.
No.
Oh yeah, it was good. Oh, it was really good. I might have to play it. I'll play it after. We've had The Boys Are Back in Town, of course, Tin Lizzie.
Yeah.
Had that by, I've had loads and loads of different cheesy stuff. We've had Jake Bug covers done, we've had all kinds of different things, bits and pieces. So the cheesier the better. We had Stacey's Mum, remember that? Stacey's Mum has got a cheesy, anyway, we had that song done. Again, that was the Oompa band. So, the cheesier the better. Because I can play them all as a string, you see, play them all together. Right, tell me again, went totally off topic, but that's okay. Tell me again about your Facebook page, your web page, and your Star Now page.
Right, Facebook page, people can find me, Gordon Hughes, quite simple. The web page I have is a web page that's actually run for actors and entertainment showbiz people by a company called Star Now. And all you do is put in Star Now / Gordon Hughes, and you'll be able to see all sorts of wonderful pictures, some of them taken in studio, some of them live. There's also a number of videos on there, a couple of them from Sky TV. One of them doing the very first Sky TV thing that I did, which featured Peaceful Easy Feeling from Eagles.
Okay.
And a Clint Black number called Nothing But the Tail Lights.
Right.
So that's just solo, but it has backing tracks on it. But I'm playing live. For those folks, there's a wee guitar link that was playing live, so I always like to play live on the guitar. And there's stuff from, believe it or not, Edinburgh Masonic Club.
Okay.
You can have a look at that, where a bit of fun on that, and I think the club's actually closed at the moment. It's getting rebuilt. So there's that on there. There's a couple of things, including the Tony Burrows set from the Jenny Cook show, with me just playing with the guys in the band. It's a cracking track that I thought was a great bit of TV stuff. That's why I put it on there. And there's a whole pile of audio recordings. Audio recordings are from live gigs. What they do with most gigs is I do an audio recording. So I take a link out the desk that I'm using, and that goes down onto a digital recorder.
Right.
And I started doing it really to do a critique of each show, and it moved on from there, thinking, well, I could actually maybe do a live album from this. And that was the first live album I did, which I actually did about 10 years ago now.
Right.
Which has got about 14 tracks on it, but all sorts of music on it, from jazz to blues to rock to soul to country stuff to rock and roll. So quite different, but the format I normally do now at gigs is also video the gig. Don't generally dump a lot of these down onto YouTube or onto the net, but always looking for various things from whatever live gig that I can maybe take and put onto another project somewhere. The big problem with most of them is that they have background noise. So if you have I use two recorders. I use one that's desk bound, and also to get the audience sound on the video, I have a professional standard audio microphone, or two of them, so it picks up the audience sound as well. So a bit of work involved in actually putting that all together to actually get the finished product and get it what I'd call professionally usable. Right. Would be the best way to probably describe it. But there will be some stuff that I'm working on at the moment, along with the studio album that I'm doing, that I'll look to actually also have out in the not too distant future, maybe about 6 months' time.
Right. Again, as soon as it's finished, get it sent into media, and we'll get it played for you.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much for coming in. Tell me about this final song.
I've enjoyed it. Voice has been absolutely dreadful tonight, so apologies, folks. I've really struggled with this throat bug, but it was important not to call off and let you down at the last minute, So what I think, cheesy songs, crikey.
The cheesier the better.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of other examples that I've had in. What have I had in? I had Stacey's Mum, Sweet Caroline. We've had already. 500 Miles by the Members, of course. All these kind of cheesy pop, not cheesy, but So it says we had Jolene by Dolly Parton.
All right, okay.
Done that kind of stuff. These are all different bands. You see, all different artists, different styles of the famous song. So the ball's in your court.
if my voice will actually handle it, I'll do My Girl.
Okay.
I'm kind of dubious about the middle bit. We'll see what happens with it.
Okay.
Because, as I say, I've been struggling, but we'll try this. Well, I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, got the month of May. I guess you say what can make me feel this way, my girl. Talking about my girl. Oh, I got so much honey, bees and bees. Got a sweeter sound than the birds in the trees. I guess you say what can make me feel this way, my girl. Talking about my girl, talking about my girl. I don't need no money, fortune or fame. Got all the riches, baby, one man could claim. I guess you say what can make me feel this way, my girl. Talking about my girl, talking about my girl, talking about my girl, talking about my girl.
That was My Girl, performed by Gordon Hughes, right here in the sessions on East Coast FM. I was almost singing along there. I had to
You
stop
should
it.
have. I was going to get in to do the
was
the
almost-
middle bit because my voice was breaking
I
up
was
there.
almost singing along. I've been
Yeah.
told I'm not allowed to sing along for other reasons. That's thank you very much for coming in. Anything I've said it already, I'm going to say it again. Anything you want to promote, anything you've got on, any gigs or
Great
shows,
stuff.
give me a shout.
Yeah.
Send me a message on Facebook.
There is a gig actually at Hams in Dunfermline
Brilliant.
that you might want to
Uh-huh.
let you know, the folks know about on the Thursday night, which takes place at Lorenzo's. It's a live jam night with a difference. The Falcons host this. Who are a well-known band throughout Fife and Edinburgh area. Massive sound rig, lights. It's all mixed. So all you have to do is turn up with guitars and it's plug and play. And we're looking for people always on a Thursday night. I'm normally along at it. If you're into jazz, blues, rock, or whatever, or you have a band, come along. We'd be delighted to see you. It kicks off about 9 o'clock at Lorenzo's in Dunfermline.
Brilliant. Again, we can put a link to that on the Facebook pages. Thank you very much for coming in, and good luck with everything you do.
Thank you.
I'm going to continue the sessions tonight with a track from Einstein's Wardrobe. This is Nobody Knows But Me. We're clear. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Years are sweaty.
One of my favourite. A massive State of School.
Yeah, we've got Coincidence.
Yeah, I saw that.
Tribute act, yeah.
Saw that.
It's,
Just a shame my voice is not up to par tonight. It's 1,000 miles short of where we normally have it.